up. It's amazing. I love segues like that. It's fantastic.
It all works out. Maybe not for FaZe, though. I feel like 2-0 is written all over the wall here. Luckily, they'll start on the CT side, but as the guys just mentioned, they have not played an official game with Neo in the roster at this point. I'm worried as to who will anchor inside. If it's Neo, I feel like that's going to be a massive issue for them.
It could be. I mean, keep in mind, it's not like Neo's a stranger to this. VP, this was one of their absolute best maps. I agree. That doesn't necessarily mean anything for FaZe because you have to learn how to play it together as a set of 5. You have to learn how to play off of each other. It doesn't necessarily translate instantly, but he will know a few things about playing on the B site, certainly from Taz. And you mentioned in the sort of break, him on the off as well as a prospect.
Exactly.
On this map.
It certainly is. I feel like that's where it would make sense for him to actually pick up the AWP. He was the main AWP for VP on this map, and CT side is where he did some fantastic work. So maybe a secondary AWP for him could be on the cards. We'll see. It's Guardian to defend the inside push. He's got nothing for it. Neo is towards inside, so that maybe answers our questions as to whether he'll be playing that position. It's going to be Nico with the second frag here. An open plant coming in from ENCE. Alu trying to get it down, and as he goes against him there, it's Sergey now having to fight back as FaZe have the advantage. Defining the plant comes through, and Sergey will have to fend them off best he can. Not going to happen.
Alexi has to pretty much hit incredible shots at range right now with the Glock. So much range, but they do have to work toward him likewise and close that distance themselves, given that the bomb is planted. They've got it for the kit. Nico already has the shot. Smoke was on the bomb. Writing was on the wall. FaZe will take the first round. So pistol in their favor on the CT side to build up some economy and some momentum early on, which is exactly what they need against ENCE, having fallen just shy on Dust 2. Yesterday they were successful in overtime. Today, not so much.
There it is. FaZe pick up a much-needed pistol here. This is the map pick events for sure. They'll take the full eco here. They're going to buy up with AKs in the next round with the bomb being planted. So just going to try and cause any sort of chaos they can at this stage.
Neo with the AUG at the corners. A great position to be in this early on, especially given that he knows there's not going to be any rifles against him. No AWP in the hallway that can fire back. We know that it's off at an anchor position with the AWP once the money is there for it, but he's on fire so far. Guardian jams it in, and it's X7. Less than a 1-on-4. 5.5. We'll split the difference.
No kills found, but that's fine. Ideally would have liked the bomb plant there towards inner, but Neo with the up-close position of the upper ramp, he denies any sort of access. It looks like he will be playing inside. The reason I said it's an issue is because ENCE have got an incredible inside take. That's what they usually go if things start to go wrong for them, and I just haven't seen Neo play that position before. It was famously Taz in VP that played inside, an iconic position for him. And interested to see if Neo can hold his own. Got every faith in him, but certainly somebody to keep track of. Round 3, AWP comes out for Alu, courtesy of that bomb plant in the pistol. And the eco in the second round. They've got a really strong buy here up against 2 MP9s. If FaZe can win this, they're off to an absolute flyer, but it's going to be a laboured round for them as the incendiary is deployed towards main entrance to slow down any sort of aggressive pushes from ENCE, which they're known for, as they spread out in their classic default here, going for Brown Horse control first.
Rain underneath of the ladder. Alu is up above, but they're electing to bypass that position on the map for now and head over toward B, where Sergey looks to be the man on entry. Neo, incendiary up to the doorway above. Sergey, desperate to find the shot on entry, at least makes it to the bomb spot without being sighted, and no kills to count to them means that Ariel slides up the sidewalk. Guardian, he's tagged up considerably, and the damage is continuing to be effective for ENCE.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. That whole thing there, them going to be focusing towards the inside bomb site, and then it's going to cause rotations. That could be an issue, but they are pulling this round back somewhat. It is going to be a 3-on-3. Kid is available on Rain, but the firepower not quite there. Guardian the scout. There will be an upgrade from the MP9 for Rain here as they make their way through. Still a chance to win this one, but it's going to be difficult. That kill certainly helps them out. Alu with the shot from upper. Looks like ENCE have done enough there. Guardian doesn't really have much choice. The bomb's too far gone. Nice shot with the AK-47 to take the AWP away. But the round will be going in favor of ENCE. They choose that inside area. I did say their executions are strong there. Managing to get 4 players down quickly. They do not want to give time Guardian to rotate back. And that shot, just to confirm, does not land, and X7 does actually steal away the AWP at the very end of the round. So a nice pickup from him. Looked like they weren't going to recover that at all. So Guardian has his AWP back. Same story for Alu, 2-1. Full gun round on both sides here. Now will they focus inner once again, considering though that clean kill? no real pushback. There's Guardian flashing at his teammates. They get up close. This is the tag team he won outside. Nico and Rain playing by the main entrance, ready to frag. Alu, though, preempting it.
Alu just holding it off very, very passively. Tagged a fraction of damage, in fact, only from Nico, but tagged as he jumped back across, despite that he was so close on the blue train. Couldn't get any more than that. Smoke down, wants to segregate and isolate, as Ariel is the only one remaining inside of the main entrance position. Rain, the opposing side of the red train, so one at sandwich, one at the E-box, forward stance as a result of that. It's Olaf that sits way back toward Ivy and has the AUG. A single smoke, but the AUG to try and shut them down. The problem is that Alu gets the opening kill onto Nico. That allows them to immediately take over Hell and Sandwich. Rain's now left in no man's land. He's forward, but he's undetected, and that's good enough for one. Guardian responds onto Ariel, and Olaf has slid back into contention because he's closed the gap defensively to try and get in toward the sandwich position. Shadow is revealing and daunting as well because the ankle shows first. Alu pretty much can pre-fire it, and he'll go around and do exactly that.
20 seconds remaining here, Matt, and ENCE needs to operate quickly. Both CTs will be towards outside, and Alu, an absolute specialist on train, looking for the opening pick. They need it. 10 seconds remaining at this point. Guardian, he'll hit the all-important shot. That should be enough. They'll have to fall back at this point, and FaZe have done it. Really strong stuff from Guardian there, denying absolute access towards the bomb site and getting the penultimate frag that will win the round. Alu with 2. Same story for Guardian. These guys neck and neck on train, I would say, but it's FaZe to take the lead 3-1, looking to take us to nuke. ENCE will save the AWP, but they don't really have the resources to fully invest into this round. They've got Sergey, who could buy up with Galil armor. He actually goes for AK and Kevlar. No helmet for him, so it is going to be the force buy off the back of Alu's AWP. I don't mind this at all. It's enough. Sergey's AK has been excellent today as well. Back to that challenge towards inside, considering the easy run they had at it before. But this time I think Guardian is playing towards inside, so providing some backup now. Neo not so isolated.
Alu, op, Sergey, drop off the wall. He couldn't hit it. Repositions smartly to the hitch, and keep in mind he's got support on either side of him with Neo above on the spool. And rotations at D connector forward from X7, nearly got away with it as well on the pistol. That would have been a massive kill in the round. Guardian still went down to Ariel, but a second player, CT side, with the bomb ticking for so long as it still might go their way. XTB can't fall back, or he can. MP9, the range. It leaves him wanting. Betrays him as he tries to wrap back in Rain, and Alexi stays alive just long enough to buy more time on the bomb, but it will still be defused. It's just enough. Again, I go back to that single pistol kill that could have happened, that almost should have happened before on Guardian, and you leave another man alive with that push on the CZ, and you actually have a chance to buy the time you need.
Yeah, a little bit too close for comfort there. Sure, 3 players survived, but couldn't be in a very different story indeed. 4-1, however, FaZe looking strong here. The double AWP setup, and Neo has got the AWP map. From what I can see right now, does he take it? It's being juggled around. I think it's been given to Nico at this stage. We won't see it just yet. I was really hoping that would be the case. I think that would be a really nice little change-up. But either way, it will be Nico, the standard secondary AWP of FaZe. Neo will remain towards inside. Ariel trying to probe towards our main entrance. The initial smoke. Some shots. This is just be the partial buy from ENCE here. At T side. Off to a slow start, 1 round to their name.
Top of the green train for Nico. Good shot back in from Rain to at least cut off X7 before he got inside of the smoke, before they could get toward the default plant. That allows Neo to work from down below while the office is still covered above. And Olaf will get Alu, leaving just Alexi B.
Like he'll be out of luck this time. With the bomb planted, he'll still get resources so he can save the Deagle armor. It'll save him some money in the next round, I suppose. Flashbang there as well. Absolutely no chance of winning the round, so might as well stay alive. Could be 5-1. FaZe needed this strong start. Let's talk to the analysts in the pre-game. We just speculated that if FaZe can win the pistol, lay down the foundations, there's every chance they can do this. It's their T side we're a little bit worried about. So if they can get 11 rounds, 10 rounds on their CD side, I think they'll be absolutely fine. Nuke could be on the agenda as we get into round 7 here. Another full buy on either side. Nico with the secondary orb once again. Neo will have no initial backup from Guardian. That's fine. He can always swing back from Connector. Boost one up in that position. Oh. Neo has been tagged at the start. Lucky to be alive then, Matt. 4 HP.
Count your lucky stars, Neo. I count 4. That's all he's got left. Sergey. He waits for the smoke. Drop down. Potentially inside of the sights with Nico back at Ivy. This time it's far more passive than what we've seen from FaZe throughout the course of this half. Hear them all. About 5 smokes deployed. Nico gets forward of them, however. Catches off Aerial, but Alu off on the other side. Gets away with 1. Rain small, and this is actually all going ENCE's way. Nico couldn't hit shots fast enough. Perhaps too fast was the problem as he tried to peek and fire on the same sequence in each time and try. It's Neo that'll survive with the 4 from the start over toward B. They never went that direction. And Guardian wants to get out with the AWP. ENCE will get their second round.
That's more like it from ENCE. Did say they have that aggressive main presence. This time Guardian missing a couple of shots. And enables them to get closer and closer. It's Alexi B with 2 frags and Alu with the follow-up of the AWP. That's enough to win the round, but can they find the final 2 players? I would say no. They are tucked away all the way in CT spawn there. Neo tagged at the start, pretty much removed him from the round from the get-go. It's normally your inside player that's going to be clutching outside and can't really challenge if you've been taken down to 4 HP. So understandably, they will hold on to what they have, especially Guardian's AWP. They've got plenty of money in reserve. ENCE will be starting to get himself in a similar position now after keeping 4 players alive there. It's going to be 5-2 overall on the T side for ENCE. 2 rounds, not quite enough yet. They'll be happy with 5, I would say. The way they play on the CT side, they'll be absolutely fine for a comeback like they just displayed on Dust 2. XCP using that E-box to great effect. Bomb site completely covered in smoke to allow him to push forward, find the frags, and he does so with great style.
I imagine that Nadu, who left here at 5 p.m. last night, is flying home via Iceland Air, so Drew Keflavik is probably home watching at this point in time as well. This such is the life of the esports travel, that one day you're here, the next year across the world, and you're still involved. Good nade. Damage done, Alexi B down to 57, Alu's on 51. That's before they even go for the entry, and Neo is going to be a problem. More so because Guardian's already got them down. He can sneak in behind, realize the bomb's down, no one to plant it, and when they go back for it, he will greet them in the worst possible way. What, Sergey? Finding 2 in that fashion, not only Guardian, but to follow it up with a turnaround, and now, despite that it's a 3-on-3, the bomb can be planted, and that changes everything in the complexion of FaZe's retake.
3 versus 3. They've been decent in these situations, I must say. It's Guardian to get them an initial frag, and Nico, he'll give them the lead. 3-on-2 now. Sergey knows he has to push forward, get behind them if possible, and they're not checking it. There could be a real chance he sabotages their efforts at this point. Coming in on the flank, that's a guaranteed kill. He makes such a meal of it, that's going to cost him the round. If he gets the clean kill there, maybe could adjust for the follow-up flank, but there it is.
I don't know why he was in such a panic to hit that. If he slows that down even just a little bit, his teammate can easily help from upper, but instead Rain holds that angle and he misses the second shot.
Yeah, not his best by any means.
Played it so swiftly at this point. Got in, got out, and then they didn't even check the position, as you said, because they already thought he'd vacated it. He goes back in, and he had all the information. He heard them both go by.
Yeah, if he gets a clean kill there, I dare say he gets a second as well. Either way, there is money, and another fast approach towards outside. Molotov only allows for 1 to make his way out. It's going to be Alexi B, taken down to 53 HP. Rain will smoke towards Pop Dog, and that will slow things right down. Hence, we'll go back into a default of this.
Timing, wrong execution, or not the shot that X7 would have expected. Had 2 nearly lined up. Ring gets the shot back instead. Sergey again looking to be menacing as he sneaks out from Pop Dog. Neo, though, rotating backtracks. Good damage goes on to him, but also backdoor to Alexi, and blinded up. He's able to take care of him. Not only that, he got Sergey, who would have thought that Alexi B was actually going to take care of that angle for him. Thought he was safe to walk towards Sandwich. The miscommunication brings us now to a one-on-one. Guardian versus Aerial, AWP versus AK. Bomb not planted, but Aerial has it to work with.
Guardian now hoping the mistake is made and Aerial walk into his crosshair, but he's actually tucked himself right in towards the connector at this point. Bomb on his back as he heads towards inside. Guardian will have no information here. Bomb plant down as soon as it is. It's a massive advantage for Aerial, but Guardian's in position to maybe catch him before he can get towards upper. I think he's got him.
I think so too. Oh, he sees him, but he's on a ladder of his own, so he couldn't get the shot.
He didn't see him. He's still checking the bomb site floor.
Right. You are absolutely right. I thought he spotted him hands down.
Yeah, I think maybe that'll be a res thing. These are the low res. He might not have spotted the pixels up there. But yeah, he has no idea. It looked like he was in position to shut that down.
And this is where I would have expected. Guardian looks exactly what I would have done in that situation, because open plant, you get inside of that tanker alleyway, you just have to play it off a sound. Now he's unsure of where Aerial is, but he still makes good on the shot. And he's got time on the defuse. It's going to be 7-2 for FaZe.
Oh, that's going to be gutting for him. One touch of the bomb is enough to make him blink. Out he comes, and Guardian with the quick scope to close things out. Absolutely wonderful. He'll have no idea he spotted him towards upper either. It was looking so good there. It's Neo with the double kill. This was brilliant. The fact that he's fully blind, he manages to make that work. And there it is, that quick scope. The only play that would suffice. And it comes through. 7-2 overall. And I think the money is in a compromised position. I think Allo needs to drop those, so they're okay. They can buy up with the loss bonus established and the bomb being planted there. Hence, though, that round felt like it was theirs, especially in that 1 versus 1. But of course, Guardian up to his old antics. We go into round 10. 3 AKs and AWP so far. Aerial will follow things up with a rifle as well. I think we're back to a single AWP setup on the FaZe side of things, as ENCE will take a tactical timeout here. And we'll get into the next round. Well, they want to change the pace up here. They've really thrown everything at FaZe. They've handled it very well, but we don't really have much information on their train play at all. Guardian spots one jumping over towards the off position. Alexi B with the smoke down. You can see why they run this. They've got a great little setup to enable their star players.
Nico, I'm surprised he couldn't see that either. That was not an X-ray. That was a faded smoke that he didn't act upon, and he gets punished for it. ENCE need to start converting these, though. 7-2. They've lost Sergey to Rain, and this is still not necessarily a controlled round, because Neo's swung around and got an X7. Bomb dropped. FaZe is winning everything. All of the mid-round is going FaZe's way.
You're absolutely right. They've recovered so many rounds here in such an effective manner. It's Rain and Neo to try and best Alu and Aerial here. Alu, though, he's so good in these scenarios. One of the absolute masters of the AWP. It's a 2 versus 1. Neo with no kit. And maybe no hopes. One of the most difficult bomb sites to retake at a disadvantage. It will be Ali to close things out. They've come so tantalizingly close a few times, but I feel like this is the start of something great for ENCE. The fact they've had so many close rounds, sure, it's frustrating, but you've still kept the money very low on the FaZe side. So I think they have to take the eco here. It's Nico at 1,400, Neo 1,700, and they won't have any loss bonus to their name. So they're going to have to take either a full eco here or fully invest and throw caution to the wind. I would say taking the eco here would be the best approach. They can buy up next round.
I tend to agree with that, because if you throw caution to the wind, you lose it. You actually hand the half back to ENCE, and this is ENCE's map choice. You're still new to it. As you say, no official matches with Neo in the system yet, so I would be a little more conservative if I were them.
Neo's invested, considering his cash, quite heavily. He's got 3 grenades, taking himself down to 900. Are they going to get maybe 5 HEs, something like that, and take the eco? Got 1 smoke, a flash, and an HE so far. Here's Alu, closing things out, doing what he does best, hitting long-range shots on train. So it's 2 HEs, Guardian and Neo to hold those. I assume they're nading towards inner. Actually on other sides of the map. Neo outside now. Guardian will hold towards inside. He still has his HE. A little bit of damage done at the start towards Aerial, but Alexi B not slowing down here at all. He will be making his way out towards Ivy. Quick pop smoke, flashbang to follow up behind him, and he's looking for frags here. It will be Aerial to get the first, but damage has been done towards Neo, and it looks like a clean round here for ENCE. They'll give up 1 kill, but it should be absolutely fine for the finish here, as Alexi B knows the second player's there as well, and like we said, winning that 1 round previous has actually enabled them to get 2 on the board. 7-4 overall. They could actually come back and win this half. And with the money the way it is, Nico will have to go UMP. Neo, same story. This will be incredibly difficult. This will probably be the first time we see some aggression presented by FaZe. Maybe a push towards Ivy or 3 players inside, something like that. They need to play some heads-up Counter-Strike here and get the first kill so they can't be executed upon. Let's see if they've got that in mind.
Smoke down at the E-Box, X7. Guardian, though, answering more than just the entry kill. They go beyond that as he drops in and styles on Alu. I thought certainly Alu hits that shot, brings us level, and slows the pace of the round. But now, Olaf standing along, gets the bomb and closes out on Sergey, 8-4. The decision to Eco in the last, justified, as the weapons this time instantly come to good.
It's FaZe managing to fend them off there, and Eco up close and personal towards that main entrance, trying to push in. He finds 2 kills. The flashbangs are very effective from his teammates. Guardian holding the back tracks as well. So ENCE got the 4 rounds. I speculated at the start that 4 would just be enough for them. Yeah, it's not ideal by any means, but it's enough to win the game for sure. I would say 5 or 6 is where they'll feel comfortable. Maybe FaZe winning the half at this point. It'll actually be aggressive again. Pushing out quickly, and the flashbang's so good. What a reaction from Nico that is. Takes his AK. And now in prime position for another kill here potentially. Drops the smoke. Will presumably spray through. Indeed he will. That's so well played from Nico. This guy is just 1 step out of his opposition right now.
Still elevating himself to new heights on top of the trains. That's where he's done most of his work in the outside yard. And it's pulled themselves back from a 10-5 deficit, or 5-10, I suppose, deficit in the last game. So they won't be too uncomfortable with the situation, but FaZe are certainly being very composed in the means in which they're taking rounds.
I guess one massive advantage FaZe have got going into this one is, yeah, we don't know how good they are on it, but ENCE don't know either, right? They don't know what they're up against. They don't know the tendencies.
It's exactly the honeymoon period.
Yeah, exactly. So this is interesting. I'm loving what Nico is putting down right now. It's really interesting. He seems to have a firm read on Alexi B's movements and how he can counter it. The flashbang looked almost tailor-made for Alexi B there. As we get into the next round, it has to be the partial buy for ENCE. Lost when they're starting to rack up, but they've just got pistols for now, and they've swallowed a couple of grenades. We have Alexi B taking the damage there. Olaf Meister sensitive towards the Ivy position. Nico anything but. He'll be getting headshot after headshot, it seems. 7 will take 1 down, but the trades are so effective here from FaZe. They shouldn't be in too much trouble here. Rain keeping an eye on things from heaven. Has been spotted, however, but he doesn't necessarily have the challenge. They'll be so preoccupied with him. He does somehow sneak out and gets 1 brilliant shot there. You've got to respect that. And he'll finish things off by the looks of things. Just Alu, 3-on-1. Should be no problem here. 1 minute remaining. Alu, does someone get a plant? That would be great. Not going to happen. We're going to the final round here. ENCE will have cash, but FaZe have done enough. They've got double digits on their CT side. But remember, it was their T start and Dust 2 where things started to look a little bit like a horror show. It seems like that's where they, unless they've got clean frags coming in and they're working very well as a team, if they lose the first kill or something goes wrong, that's when their mid-round starts to look a little bit up and down. See if they can fend off this final round. 11-4 would be such a brilliant start for the Mineral Train.
Olaf with the nade to go toward the end of Ivy, and it's so well timed. Doesn't do as much damage as I would have thought, given where they were located when it was thrown, but X7's going to push directly through that smoke. He was on the backside of it by the time it bloomed, and that will catch off Olaf. And entry welcomed very much by ENCE if they want to get this 5th round. Rain has other ideas.
Yeah, it's such a scary prospect. You've got Rain and Nico outside by main entrance. Like, it's so strong. Like, you've got to fear that going out, and it's going to be brought back to the 4-on-4. X7 negating smokes, trying to find the next opportunity here. Bomb has gone down towards inside, some way, somehow. And they've caused so many rotations towards outer. Neo had no idea. 3-on-3 now, but he is close towards the bomb site. Going to beat the smoke. He has made noise that surely goes down. Yeah, he could not afford to make steps there.
He was almost hoping that he could mask his noise with the nade blooming, but he didn't expect the second player to be there. Bomb ticking, Sergey has the angle, easy shot to Guardian, who is running toward it, and Alu collects Nico. As a result, we do have a 10-5 half. Same scenario, different map. Same result, we take a break. We'll be right back in just a second. There's nothing more beautiful than the spirit of competition, and it's going to be a competitive half from ENCE. It's going to need to be if they want to avoid a third map and they want to have a, I call it a rematch, but a match in the finals against Liquid. Let's not forget as well the way the standings reside. Liquid have a chance to overtake Astralis and become the HLTV #1 in the world, and not far behind them is ENCE, so that has a lot on the line.
Lots of storylines to consider. This pistol is no different. FaZe will go with an inside approach here. They've got the smoke for lower ramp. They've got the Molotov for connector. We'll see if that's the way they want to operate. They've got a flashbang to enable themselves entry as well. 3 players for ENCE towards inside. Sergey in front of the spools here. Flashbang will actually affect him. We'll see if they can break through. There's no smoke down lower. The battles begin. They're just holding their ground on lower ramp. They're happy to take the duels here, but it's Sergey at the spool position, looking for one more. It's looking good for FaZe here. They've at least got a bomb plant here.
Couple quick taps. X7. He's on 65, but he's alive. That's the important thing. Can't be happy with that alone, though. Bomb's been planted. Alexi B, this is such a good position. Great movement. Oh, tough shot to find the last one, but does get it. And Olaf, he couldn't do anything to strike back, stuck inside of the hallway. Not often you see it work. The players go above the bomb train, and it's too late for Olaf. Couldn't get there as the defuse came through. Great round.
Yeah.
From ENCE, and especially Alexi B.
Yeah, that was really cool. Climbing on top of the bomb site. Bird's eye view of 2 players in front of him. Was a little bit awkward on the second kill, but he gets it done. That's all that matters.
It's so difficult
to
shoot
shooting
straight up or straight down.
USP especially like the worst weapon for that. It's really difficult, especially if you miss a couple of shots. Just trying to.
I call it like aim. Well, aim locked is a bad connotative term, but it's when your mouse gets locked on that axis, and it just messes with your whole motion. Yeah,
it's absolutely true. There is going to be investment here. An AK-47 brought out. Olaf Meister been given the task to hold that. It's Neo to drop the weapon. So Guardians, Glock, Olaf's AK. They've got 2 Deagles as well, a couple of flashbangs. Just trying to cause financial damage here. They'll bar up next round, whatever happens. They can get 2-3 kills there, maybe a plant. That would be really beneficial. It would hurt ENCE so much. Let's see if Olaf can do
it. Running across, thanks to 77. But he got the information he so desired. So ENCE actually went out the pistol this time.
Yeah, that's why I said 5 rounds for me on their T side. That's fine. They win the pistol even more so. They should be able to pick this up 2-0, no problem. 3rd round, bit of a question mark depending on how this goes.
It's worthy of note, though, and perhaps concerning for them, that FaZe did so well on the CT side, because often side, that's the harder one to establish as a new roster.
You're right. So yeah, it's definitely a CT-sided map, but it doesn't mean you're just going to jump on CT and be absolutely great at it. It's going to take time to get that synergy put together, but I think they had a really nice approach, that's for
sure. And now it actually means they can keep things simple when it comes to tactics, and perhaps just squeak out a few rounds by force, if you will.
Yeah.
Basic executions, get smokes down, get the bomb in a very set route to get planted, play post plants accordingly. It's not like they need to get too creative and too carried away.
We'll see what they've got up their sleeve. I'm very interested to find out. Like we said, AKs we brought here, whatever happens, I think there'll be one compromise, considering they had to drop the AK in the previous round. Neo, understandably selfless there. He'll be on the UMP. He dropped the AK previously. In-game leader. Sometimes that's the way it goes. Down towards Pop Dog. X7 looking to present some aggression towards Ivy here. Flashbangs are coming. He'll swing off that and see what's available to him. And we're there right now, but it's a really strong smoke. Enabled you to get full control of Ivy, and now he knows he can fire off some speculative shots there, throw a grenade in. Won't do any damage, but it's pushed him right back. We'll have to hold up here and maybe use some utility. Ariel will just be using bullets. He'll take down a valuable scalp in the form of Nico.
Ariel. Both directions, gets a little bit further up. A body check beside the E-box. Ariel does not know exactly which side is most of it, or possesses the bigger threat, I should say. X7's going to make that easier for him to decide by burrowing into a main, closing the gap, taking out an AWP with an MP9, nearly following it up onto an AK as well. It's not a bad start considering this is a bit of a bonus round. However, Neo did break in from Popdog. That gets him closer to the bomb train. Bomb is the furthest away, however. It's still in the hands of Olaf. Oh, good read. Good ears. They perked up. His aim looked up as well. Sergey, limited by flames, has to fall off of this bomb. Will be planted as a result.
He can deny it though. Under the train, doesn't quite get the lineup. We saw that come through yesterday. 3 versus 1. Might not be looking too good here for Sergey. He'll go towards CT steps. He'll definitely give this a go by the looks of things. There's a close range player, Rain, tucking himself in. Sergey looks like he's had enough. Not going to be able to do much for this, it seems. Going to try and get the money as strong as possible. I'll only be getting $1,400 per player in the next round, so he definitely needs to save this, and they'll just be able to buy. Only if he saves it, though, I would say. If he doesn't, they're in trouble. So it looks like he's okay. Holds towards CT spawn. It was looking great there for ENCE with the MP9s, as you mentioned. Pushing in, taking down Guardian, but the double kill didn't come through. That was the real catalyst of success there for FaZe. 3 players will survive on their side. The AWP taken over by Olafmeister. And round 19 coming in. FaZe post their first of the half. So I said if Sergey saves the M4, they'll be able to buy. He can drop 1 rifle, but get no utility. They are going to go for it. He drops a FAMAS instead. So that makes sense. It means he can get flashes, HEs, and a smoke. And they'll send 4 players outside, leaving Sergey alone towards it. They're going to potentially try and go for a pick here. We'll see what they've got in mind. Yeah, towards main entrance. Going to try and flash in there potentially. Oh, strong nade.
Very. Neo at Popdog position got absolutely wrecked by it.
Yeah, I think it's the one we saw yesterday, ENCE throwing. You get it above the Popdog window, lands right above the ladder. He just got absolutely crunched by it.
That's more than just a nade, though, at 27 with full armor.
Yeah, follow-up spam as well, I'd imagine.
Sergey backs off, goes onto the train, realizes he's a bit late getting there. FaZe is already inside of the site. Sergey blinded off, can't peek and swing either, so they've actually pushed the CTs around through their own spawn, funneling them by design to the left of the site with the bomb. Neo taking his time getting there, which only serves to help Sergey and X7 reestablish position. Rain holds the most threatening position. Olaf to support off of him. Neo's down. He was the one that was low. Had to come off the bomb train eventually and get caught out for it. Sergey swung in behind. Olaf's found. Rain isn't. Rain is still down at the ramp. Eventually, Alu gets him in the round. Now going to be the 8th for ENCE. Is done with the defuse.
Strong stuff there from ENCE. They managed to get the opening pick and take Neo down to so low HP with the HE grenade. And indeed, the follow-up spam, he goes down to about 28 HP. And sure, they get the inside plant. It enables them to keep buying into the next round, but they are running thin. Neo with 3,100, Olaf 33. The rest of them can buy. Rain could drop a Galil. Now, do they want to go for that or just take a partial here? Inside play from them didn't work out. Round 20, as ENCE crawl back into this once again. Same story as Dust 2 as FaZe with a fantastic start, 10-5 a half. Same scoreline here on train. This time a different story as ENCE move over to their favored map, CT side. I've actually got them as the favorites here. Even with this scoreline, we'll see how it goes down as FaZe do fully commit with a MAC-10, UMP in and all.
Scoreline's already not what it was. It's already being whittled away.
Yeah.
So, rightfully so. Cheeky peek.
Well, this is a rough buy for FaZe. Guardian, definitely capable of carrying the round by himself. Will he be given the opportunity though, sending 4 players towards inside. And the flashbang and smoke goes in. Popdog under control from Aerial. Cool, fast play there. Okay, running crosses towards Brown Halls, decides to fall back. Maybe towards upper ramp, but looks at things.
Alu lets Sergey go to work. Oh, he's hesitant though, and he who hesitates often loses. Did he see the gun switch? I don't think so.
He heard the footstep though.
He certainly did. Now he knows the nade's there. He likewise needs to get away. Just barely does. Spammable position. Surely I thought Olaf would hit the shot sooner. Nico gets him instead from above. Alu responds with only one, but is not taking much damage in return. Desperately gets up on the high side. Smoke down at the door. Nico couldn't spot him, and a great find on Rain because he again wanted to cut off Z Connector.
Now this is where that MAC-10 becomes a bit of an issue here. Neo will be wielding that. It's a 4 versus 3 advantage to ENCE. Guardian with the orb though, so strong and promising in these sort of positions. Molotov lands at his feet. He might burn to a crisp here. He's forced out of position regardless. Down he goes. Bomb ticking at sub pace. It's only the MAC-10 on site. That'll be dropped as well. Nico will have to do something absolutely disgusting here to pull this round off. The defuse is coming in. He's got it. And I don't think it's enough. It looks like ENCE have got the defuse. It'll come down to the wire, but it's absolutely fine. They've got the round.
As long as it's the correct wire that he cuts.
Exactly. Indeed. 3 players survive. The orb's picked up. Alu hitting some stunning shots there. Just gets the peak of the head of the player running towards Connector. Rips it off. And you can see Nico starting to get a little bit frustrated now. They can feel they're slipping away. Every round that goes by, ENCE just gets stronger and stronger. They'll have to take an eco now, so double digits pretty much confirmed. They've got a MAC-10s and PG-50s. You always say, though, FaZe always seem to find some footing in these sort of rounds to see if Nico can get anything done with the SMG.
Oh, push from Aerial, and Nico catches him off. At least it's traded. Big find for a MAC-10 early on. Gun down as well along that half wall, so if these smokes are sufficient at holding Alexi's vision off and keeping everybody else contained, it is a grabbable weapon as Olaf, having picked up Nico's previously dropped gun, able to find a kill with it, but the round was under control. Guardian down. FaZe now only 1 round ahead. 5-1 the score in the second half, 11-10 overall.
Scary times now. Currently 5-1 in the second half. FaZe just with 1 third-round win against those MP9s. Orp out. It's Nico. He must have the strong spawn towards middle, which he does. He'll be challenging the Connector, I'd imagine. We'll see if that comes through. Waiting for the flashbang. He does indeed. Has to fall back. Will the swap come through? That's a Guardian indeed. He's waiting for the transfer. So back to default here. Not a bad idea to try and get the opening pick. That's where FaZe find a lot of their success with Nico trying to challenge choke points when he's got good spawns. Quietens down as FaZe will approach Ivy.
Sergey is in the Taz spot, we used to call that. I vividly remember Taz having something like 24 kills from that spot in a single half. Mind you, it was an online game, but still, it was clinical.
Yeah, he was the OG on train.
Yeah, that was his best map, for sure.
Definitely.
7 spots one of Ivy and Olaf he has to contend with. Aerial's pushed up rather aggressively toward Pop Dog.
Running out of time here, FaZe. They have to go inside, really. Alexi B will make the call. So getting his backup right now. Commitment's actually pretty good from FaZe here. They're going to be beating the rotations at least, and that's a lovely shot from Neo. It's Alu who's got to try and save the day here. He can't find it. Nico getting it done from the Connector. Taking kill after kill there. Beautiful stuff, and they know exactly what Alexi B is. Going to be the second round for FaZe in this half. It's the inside play with around 15 seconds remaining. Timed it to perfection as well. They'd shown enough outside, and I feel like they should have rotated towards inner first. The fact that Alexi B, with less than 30 seconds remaining, was in the team main entrance, you'd feel like that's a decent enough call to at least throw another player from the Connector over towards inside. If Ala was there 5 seconds earlier, might have had a chance there, but it's FaZe picking the round up. Looking much better as they get 3 players to survive in this round. It's going to be 12-10 overall on their T side.
Boom. So a second round in the half for FaZe, exactly what they needed. Nico, the one to do it similarly as he did on Dust to some extent, getting through the doors. And you mentioned it, moments of old Nico taking matters into his own hands. Perhaps we needed more of it. Well, we're getting a hint of it again this map, but still, is it enough? They've got 4 rounds keeping them from victory and just 2 rounds that they remain in front of ENCE. Fortunately, due to the close proximity of the previous rounds, there's not a lot of money available to the Finnish side, because otherwise they would be, even though, yes, it's not the same as the reset before, they would be facing a much more difficult battle, excuse me.
One player surviving from the previous round. We'll give them an org to work with here.
Oh dear.
Rain is in trouble. CZ doing great work here, even more so. They get 2 rifles for this. Do FaZe want to commit? They can't really push outside. They can't pounce on it. There's such a strong smoke down. This is an eco round. They have the man advantage, and now 2 rifles.
But hold on, Alexi has the AUG
from previous round.
Right, but there was only, okay, so there's only the one that was dropped despite the 2 players had gone down. I would have expected there's another gun at the top of the ladder.
Right?
Yep, there's another one they didn't go for, they didn't commit to. So there is a gun down on rotation should this go to outside. God. Now there's a gun picked up for Alu as well.
Oh, this is so impressive. They now have 3 rifles in the 4-on-2. FaZe running out of options, but Nico and Guardian, 2 players you'd feel comfortable who could pull this one off. They'll head towards in-up. Problem is 2 CTs there, 1 right at the upper ramp as well. Just looking for that one and done position. It will be enough to win the round. 30 seconds. Nico checking out the close proximities here. Arrow's in such a prime position to make this work.
And this is Sergey who did not, oh my goodness, he's still going to find it, did not push forward again. They didn't want to commit, or overcommit rather, to get that AK that was dropped at the top of the ladder. It's just Guardian left with an AWP. This round is gone no matter what. I cannot picture a world. I know we've seen Nico 1v4 with 15 or 14 seconds left in Shanghai, but this one's a very different situation, spread out as they are. He'll save the AWP. They want that AK still, and Guardian...
Oh, hits
both, but they both somehow jumped?
Yeah, that's quite insane, actually. So they both jump, he legs both of them, and they survive. They remove the AWP. I'm not sure they grabbed it in time, though. I don't think they did. Either way, they've just won an eco. They're absolutely fine with that.
They got the other AK, though, surely.
They got 3 AKs, and they've just bought an AWP. So, yeah, this inside push, what a masterstroke this was from the Finns. They managed to get the trades in there. They had Alexi B patrolling towards main, almost funneling them towards inside. Really great stuff, and that's going to be really disappointing, actually, from FaZe. That actually puts them to an eco now, and a chance for ENCE to tie things up at 12-12. Can FaZe replicate the magic that was just bestowed upon them? Deagle's P250s. Guardian with some smoke. I assume an inside or probably outside execution thinking about it. The outside smokes find the bomb site. Try and get a plant down there. See what's possible. They have 4 smokes, flashbangs, so I would expect some sort of set piece. But normally on these ecos, it's the outside bomb site that makes the most sense. Inner, you have a great chance of planting as well, considering there's normally just 1 player there. We'll see which way they want to go.
Nico very aggressive. Smokes down, he might have this. Who's going to get vision first? Nico does. Aerial with gray screen still coming through. Just getting his vision back, having been flashed in by his teammate. We saw Nico win the last round. Don't you dare doubt that Nico and FaZe can't do it themselves.
Oh, last bullet on the spray with the smoke. X7 steals one away. Alu keeps things to a 3-on-3. This is getting dangerous, though. The Deagles are doing a lot of damage. They'll pull back for now, though, towards T-spawn. No one holding in out. Sergey's rotated. So this might allow a plan to go in. They'll swap weapons over. It's Olofmeister with the armor, so it makes sense that he gets the AK. Neo holds Pop Dog, waiting for a push from inside. Now, what is their final play? They have no utility on the T side. 1 AK. Olof waiting for any sort of information gathering pushes from the CTs. That's not going to happen, though. And they have got 1 player towards inside now. Sergey back in position. And there's no smokes to challenge him here, so this is actually a prime spot. He'll at least get 1 kill as they cross over. 30 seconds, no flashes. Just going to have to walk out upper, maybe. Yeah, so 2 out towards the upper ramp. They'll just walk out with Olof's AK. Hope the timing's work in their favor. It's really going to come down to the minutiae here. That's the 1 kill we are looking for from Sergey. That's enough to win the round. He doesn't have to overpeak this now, wait for the cavalry to arrive and take it in the 3-on-2.
You're absolutely right. He does get a little bit further forward, but he's still taking his time, doesn't want to cause any complications. Olaf takes his time as well to make sure he guarantees the kill, and this is where he was slightly separate, so no trade available. And Olaf's going to be as sly as he can, as sly as he dare, getting in behind. Allen as well, holding on the 8 WP. Good read from Alexi B to look backwards, and Alu wants to hold the cross. Olaf knows that he can't. Olaf knows that he can get back toward the bomb, but Alu chases him down, and it's enough. It's going to be 12-12.
It was so close. A valiant effort there from FaZe, but they can't win the round. It will be tied up at 12-12 here. They did absolutely everything they could. Olaf Meister left in another 1 versus 3. He's been winning those all week. Managed to get 3 kills in the round, but it wasn't quite enough. Luckily, getting off the full defuse did a little bit of damage for the teammates to clear things up there. ENCE in touching distance now of getting the 2-0 finish in the semi-final, where they'll meet Liquid. It's been 2 0s throughout this bracket. Double orb set up for the first time for ENCE. This Guardian brings his back out. In a very slow-paced game, I will say. Bit of damage exchange. Alu down to 74, but still holding position towards main entrance.
Fantastic shot from Alu. Up close, off angle. Nico not ready for it this time when he tried to work back into the site.
Now, this is where things get problematic for FaZe, I think at least. If Nico goes down early, your playmaker, someone who's opening things up, they definitely haven't had the time yet to really formulate their strategy book and have it deep enough to know what to do these scenarios. A lot of pressure on Neo right now.
Well, and that's almost as well where you look to Olaf again to be that guy, right? Rain's already your anchor. Neo fits to me somewhere in between. You need Olaf to be as flashy as Nico at times. It's kind of bizarre to think that they
always gonna run.
Oh my, he is. It's almost bizarre to think that they don't have that sort of a potential to open up with other people right now, considering the star power that is on this team. That was the whole point of it. Alu, they certainly are spotted. He'll soften them up with a nade. Olaf down to 7. Blind though is Alu, and Neo gets the kill. You're right, he's the one that gets it. He's done 2. Rain to follow on Aerial, and it's just Sergey 1-on-4. 30 seconds. He's close enough to the site that if he gets the bomb, he can certainly cause complications. They look back to try and find him. He knows they're planting. Can't get Guardian. Couldn't find him after the plant either. That would have been massive because it would have put him in a 1-on-2 in which he knew at least where one other player is. And look at the HP. He still has a chance at this, but he's not giving himself much hope with every passing second. And the fact that he lets Guardian sneak back around to the bomb side of the train, he'll try and burn him out of position. Just makes things worse because it gives Olaf the angle.
Well done by FaZe there. A little bit worried when Nico went down at the start, but they held on strong. A nice little set piece towards a pop dog room to burn the player alive beneath. And the money's actually pretty low for ENCE. You know, they've got to take an eco here, I believe. After that difficult round against the Deagles, it cost them so much to invest in this one. Alu's gone for it. He's gone for the AWP, the hero play, and they've called a stop.
Yeah, something was up with our spectator model there. I don't know if that was the server. It was just our spectator PC glitching out due to something that, or due to the reset itself, I should say. So we will hopefully have matters resolved.
Yeah, some sort of FPS issue.
Yeah, it certainly showed in our spectator model, but as I say, I wasn't sure if that was actually the problem or if we were just reacting to a reset late and the whole tick rate desync issue of spectators. I would love 128 tick, wouldn't you? For everyone?
Yeah, it would be a step
I think
in the right direction.
Do you want to start it's like 2020 is coming up pretty soon. Do you want to start a slogan for our campaign? We'll just
like
say
a petition sort of thing?
128 for all.
Yeah.
Or 120. We could put tick in there. We could put 128 tick for all.
I'm definitely on board. I don't know why we haven't got that yet.
I'll make mine red. You can be blue, or you can be red and I can be blue. Whatever.
Okay.
People, that way we're including.
Aren't we representing the same?
Well, we include
ideas,
everyone.
though?
No, but we want to include everyone, right? Because this is good for everyone.
Yeah.
I think it's a great slogan.
I'm certainly down. I'm interested. I feel like it's about time, and it looks like we've got a server restart coming in now.
Well, fair enough. In that case, we've got a bit more time to talk about our campaign.
So I want to fully explore that idea.
I think our campaign manager would be Jason Moses O'Toole.
One of the best in the business.
If we're going to do any attack ads toward other campaigns, that would be Anders. That would take that front for us. He'll just come up with some contrived conspiracies.
We've definitely got some controversial figureheads, but I like it. I feel that's what we need. Something that would appeal to all the kids out there. Some young blood. So we're good to go. I think we are getting back into the action. If you are just joining us to the second map in our closing semi-final of the day, ENCE currently trail 12-13 on their CT side, and they have to take a bit of an eco here. I say eco. Alu has brought up the AWP. hoping to go for one of those historic rounds. He had residual cash. He's still got the same money as his teammates.
We can let it be known that Nuke is third as well, by the way.
Indeed.
Because that might be something worth considering. Oh, he fired too soon. It's the right idea. Certainly if his teammate didn't already find the kill, the Zeus may have it. Still just a 3-on-2, surprisingly. Alu, AWP as well on the B side. If they cross over, he's got a chance to slaughter them alive for it. Bomb. It's inside of the B site. Alu can protect and hold it in position. Smoke down, they might be able to get away. That might be their best bet as well, but they're going to continue. Smoke inside of the train as well, meaning they can cross over. He'll push Alu. X7 wants to go around behind, maybe pick up a gun when he arrives, but he'll be confronted before he gets there because Olaf's already back up the stairs. X7 hears him and tries to buy himself some space. He's got to hit the headshot. So difficult as Olaf was jumping back and forth. He's trying to use the pillar.
Way.
He's actually done it. He's danced a pole dance far too tantalizing for Olaf to keep up with, and now it's Guardian switching over to an AK to try and keep this alive. Well, Alu actually hits him, pushing him down with a pistol as well. He knew exactly what he had to do. It's 13-13.
I think it'll be close on the defuse, you know. It looks fine.
You might be right, but I think he's just barely got this. Full 10 seconds. We're lagging a little bit.
Oh, he's got
it. Get it. The lag actually added a little bit to that, didn't it?
Bit of suspense on the bar. That's absolutely crazy, by the way. That was 4 USPs, 1 AWP. Alu always pulls that round off some way, somehow, and he's done it again. I thought the leg shot wouldn't be enough, but somehow it's the USPs that finish things off. And I have to say, the key moment there, Olafmeister gets a chance at redemption at the upper ramp, and he can't find the kill against the USP, and that's where it all falls apart. How they win that round, I'll never know, but it's amazing to see that confidence at Alu purchasing the AWP when nothing else would be around him, and it's enough to tie things up. 13-13, money at breaking point for FaZe. They give this round up, they're in a lot of trouble. Aggression towards that upper ramp. We'll see if they can get the first kill. It's Rain to be dropped first, and he gets nothing for it, but it's all a ruse. FaZe will be making their way towards outside of the man disadvantage here. X7 in position with the secondary AWP. He spots one, jumping across, and they will boost in the connector here. It's cost him a lot of HP, as frags and damage are being exchanged now. Have FaZe done enough as the bomb goes down? They will have little to no utility to fend off 5 spins here.
Top of the bomb train for 2 players on the ENCE side, meaning they're swarming already over top of the bomb. They've got to find Neo and Nico. Neo's tagged to 53. Nico knows they're on the bomb, but he's got to get back around. There's already players staring him down. ENCE have the lead. Defuse done, and Neo gone afterward. Doesn't affect the money, but just adds insult to injury and means they cannot save a gun, carry it over. So it's 2 to go for ENCE.
Yeah, this is make or break now for FaZe. 14-13, the bomb planted. Yeah, take a timeout, boys. They have 3,700 on Guardian, Olafmeister, and Rain. Now, the Counter-Strike aficionados out there will know that's enough for an AK-47 and armor, nothing else. You can go for Galils and have your utility, but at this point, enter 1 round away from series point. This is such a difficult call. I'm not sure where Yanko's going to go with this one. If it's me right now, I'm saying you're going for it. You've got enough to buy an AWP and AKs as well. You won't have the utility, but maybe that'll be better for FaZe. Just get stuck in somewhere, see if Nika can crack things open. The AWP's been purchased. I think they're going for it. AKs will be brought out. No Galils just yet. Neo going for the Deagle. I think he had to drop the AWP. He gets Deagle, no armor, but he has got 3 AKs around him. Olaf and Rain with no utility whatsoever. Guardian fully equipped. He'll have to pull off something very special there. They lose this round. They will have max loss bonus, but they need a plan at least.
X7 trying to hold out at Ivy this time, and that's where most of the action seems to be early on, or at least position. There's not a lot of action per se. A little bit now with an aid at the feet of Guardian.
So little to work with him at. 2 smokes, a few flashbangs, and hopefully Guardian's AWP. If ENCE win this, I would say that's enough to close it out. The money just won't be there next round. Waiting patiently towards Ivy. 3 FaZe players reside. Need to be very smart with their smoke positions here. It's Neo, remember, no armor on him. He really can't do much of this round. Deagle, no armor, no nades. Just coming along for the ride, really.
Ariel. Watch X7 gap to hold. Try and rotate to support when the smokes land. Ariel's got his back turned to insane and watching that direction and manages to find two. They try and push back in. That's exactly what X7 does. Bomb goes down. So even though it's only a one-man advantage, the last kill the most important because it's going to completely hinder the two FaZe players, making now one trying to work in from the front of the site, and Nico only has 30 HP, but he's got a hell of a shot. Alu down, and he could try and push a little bit further. 21 seconds, though, and he still needs to recover the bomb.
Yeah, and there's nothing he can really do. The fact, if he had maybe 40 seconds there, he could really take his time, be methodical with it. But there it is, 15-13. I said they had to get the plant down to stand a chance. Yes, they have maximum loss bonus, but still it's the same situation. Everyone hovering around $3,800. They'll have enough for sure. The AKs across the board, but someone's going to have to go get a little here. They're going to need some grenades, right? So 2 AKs so far. Olaf Meister, $3,400. He'll go for Glock and UMP. There we go, UMP right at the last second. So he'll have grenades. They have 3 smokes in total. Neo and Rain with no utility whatsoever. 1 round will do it for ENCE. They've got such a massive advantage here. No snipers available for FaZe. Lacking grenades and firepower. This looks like an outside fake to me. Just throw away smoke towards outside. 5 players in her. It's probably their best bet. Keep all 5 in one position.
Flashes through the window, and Sergey has to drop off the train. Nico, best sim from range. Forces Alu to buy some time, rotate around through CT, changes angle entirely, while his teammates go to work Alu. He actually got range, spotted Neo, and that gives X7 all he needed for information to look back over and see and find the kill. It's 2 left. Guardian and Olaf. Bomb is planted, but ENCE want a date with Liquid. Perhaps some pathetic fallacy outside earlier as it fell from the sky. Aerial gets Guardian down. Olaf's trapped between them all as they come from every single approach. And who strikes first? It's Alexi B. It's done. Our finalists are ENCE, and they play Liquid.
They absolutely do. You've got to respect that performance on train. Their T side wasn't as promising as they would like. So many close rounds there. A lot of 1v1s against them. And they got the magical number 5. That's all they needed. Their CT side was very strong. And shout out to FaZe as well. We've not seen them play train before. They've had up one hell of a fight there. You can see their T side not as deep as they would like, but their CT sides today have been spectacular.
And this is the most excited I've been about FaZe since they had Chroman.
Yeah,
to
right.
be honest. A little bit of a honeymoon period, showing signs of letting Nico off the chains. That's what I want, personally. Yeah. I miss the exciting, incredible
Absolutely.
Nico.
I agree.
And that will bring them back to be, I already have them in the big 5, if you will, and Liquid, Na'Vi, Astralis, MIBR, maybe there's 6 in there if you count them all, but they're in that top echelon. Now they can really make steps towards